I gotta say another thing about I've harped on the medical monopoly. The allopaths, as they're called, the allopaths are regular doctors. They're the ones that everybody believes in so much. If you read Eustace Mullen's book, Murder by Injection, he documents how they were hook-nosed snake oil salesmen that created the allopathic medical system. Allopathy basically involves cutting or drugging, usually stuff that's even worse than snake oil most of the time. I'm going to give you one case scenario to tell you what this medical profession is good for. There are occasions they do help people, but more often than not they do more harm than good, and they can kill you. It's deadly, it's extremely dangerous. All their practices are extremely dangerous. I would avoid them like the plague. If you're sick, go to an alternative healthcare practitioner. Better yet, do your own research. Now, I always encourage people to do their own research when it comes to conspiracies, but one of the biggest conspiracies of all is the medical scam. Do your own research. If you've got a health problem, there's all kinds of books that are on alternative medicine, alternative healthcare practices, and there's all kinds of information on the internet for free. And obviously you have a computer or you wouldn't be watching this video. So do your own research. But I'm going to give you one case scenario. The secretary where I work is a very stubborn woman, elderly woman. We've gotten into it. I've tried to mention a couple times about conspiracies, and oh, she won't have any of that. I'm a lunatic, But anyway, well, actually, I am a little half crazy, but that's beside the point. About a year ago, well, she's got diabetes too, and she keeps all this sugar, all this candy on her desk, and she nibbles on candy all the time. Candy. They used to tell you years ago that sugar caused diabetes. They don't seem to tell you that anymore. If her doctor's telling, she's the kind of person who does whatever her doctor tells her. If her doctor told her to set herself on fire and jump off a bridge, she would do it. As would most Americans. Apparently, her doctor's not telling her not to eat sugar because she eats tons of it, even though she's a diabetic. But her shoulder was bothering her, and rather than take my advice, I know a lot about exercise. I used to be into bodybuilding. I studied martial arts to a very high degree, as well as yoga. And the typical, these trainers and these physical therapists are just complete assholes. I'm sorry, I can't say it any nicer. They have this drill sergeant mentality about exercise. These people are more likely to harm you than help you, okay? Do not go to any physical therapist ever. I went to a couple because it was part of the insurance thing and I was required to, and they made me worse, not better, and I know most people they do. The way to recover from an illness, especially if you've been seriously injured, okay, you gotta work the muscles a little bit, but you have to rest them for 3 days. I've never seen any one of these trainers or I've never seen one of these physical therapists tell you to rest your muscles for 3 days. They try to have you do every day. They want you to burn your muscles. You don't do that. You have to let the muscles and tendons and ligaments rest for at least, and if you really strain them, you need to rest them for more. If your muscle is sore to move, it's your body's telling you it hurts. Your body's telling you something. Don't use it if it hurts. Wait till it stops hurting, and then you can strain it, burn it a little bit, and then wait a couple days until it's not hurting, and you will make much faster progress. Anyway, I quacked her, talked her into getting surgery on the shoulder. And of course, and the physical therapist had her working it every day, and I tried telling her, don't do that, and of course, but I'm an idiot, and I'm a lunatic. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Surprise! It got worse, and guess what? Her doctor talked her into another surgery about 6 months later. And the same thing again. Physical therapy every day. I told, don't do that. I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm talking about. It got worse. Third surgery. Now, she caught this stuff. Whatever this is I have has been really nasty. I wouldn't be surprised if I have been targeted with something personally. I know they got the chemtrails for everybody. I know they've had helicopters flying over the neighborhood. I wouldn't be surprised to put something in the mailbox, but you know, she may have picked this up for me. But I'm not easy to kill. Okay, I have lung damage, and I think that's one of the reasons they're doing this, because I probably should have told people that I have lung damage, maybe because they've used that. But I'm a very honest person. I don't like to lie, and I'm not real secretive. I'm usually pretty straightforward about everything. But I'm not easy to kill. I've got a lot of life force. I got a lot of power, a lot of energy. I have a lot of tricks up my sleeve. I always bounce back. Hell, I've had stuff that should have killed me, would have killed most people. I tried to kill myself several times. It's like I can't die. I haven't done anything drastic because I'm afraid if I did something real bad, like jump off a bridge or shot myself, I'd probably survive. Then I'd really be screwed. So, but I've tried other things: carbon monoxide, hypothermia, gas. But anyway, I just wouldn't die. So, look at me. I'm 51 years old. I'm going on 52. I'm going to be 52 pretty soon. A lot of people look at me and think I'm 31, 32. Okay? Hell, Hollywood, they spend a fortune on plastic surgery and all this crap. Would give a fortune that if they look as young as I look at my age. And then that plastic surgery, in the end, it backfires. They look good for a while, but when you cut your skin, you know, it causes damage. And then that damage shows up later on, and they look worse than they did before. Because her system was weakened by the diabetes and everything. Apparently she picked this up. She was she's been in intensive care for days. She finally got out. She can barely walk. And the doctors even admitted, and it was because of all the surgeries that weakened her immune system's reason she was so bad. She almost died. You know, she was hovering on death's door for several days. She had both viral and bacterial pneumonia. And there's been a lot of people, they've been going hog wild with the chemtrails around here. And that may have something to do with me. I don't know. I've suspected it does, because they know what city I live in. They may know my address. I don't know. But I know people who do what I'm doing. You know, you can expect getting some crap. I've never given my full name and address out, but if they really wanted to find out who I am, where I am, they probably could. But I've never had any obvious attacks. There's been strange things, like I put up a video about police observing me. But I don't know if they were observing me or this was just they were observing somebody else. I don't know, it's iffy. That was a strange day. And the UFO thing was strange too. Now I don't know if that was our government's UFOs, because I've heard they got some very advanced technology, and there's rumors that they put up fake UFOs on there, and there's also rumors that they have UFO technology now. Our own government can do stuff like this now. And I don't know if they were I don't like to say ours, because I don't like to consider myself part of this satanic government anymore. I don't know if they were the U.S. government, if they were aliens, something else, friend or foe, I don't know. But anyway, and then that helicopter the next night was also strange. That's another issue we're getting off on. Something else I was going to mention. I started watching the show The Biggest Loser. I don't have a TV, but I watch stuff on YouTube a lot of times. I started watching. It's kind of an interesting show, but it's the same thing there. They're going to kill somebody on that show if they haven't already. Every episode, there's people that end up going to the hospital. They have knee and ankle problems. And they got people that are 200 pounds overweight, and they push these people. Yeah, and some of these people have never worked out. Some of them are 50, 60 years old, and they push them like drill sergeants. In every show, there's people that get injured, and first of all, it's not healthy to lose 100 pounds in 3 months, all right? It looks good, yeah, but it's not healthy. It's a shock to your system. It's better to lose weight gradually. In every episode, somebody ends up getting their knees and their legs, their ankles, their back screwed up, and what you don't see on the show is that's going to be with them for years. Okay, the pain may temporarily go away, but it's always going to be weak. It's like my kung fu teacher used to say, there's no such thing as good as new. Now, your skin, if it doesn't go too deep, is 100% repairable. And some of the softer flesh can, if it's not cut all the way through,
is 100% repairable, but bones, tendons, ligaments, and your joints are never 100% repairable. Later on, these people, when they get older, they're going to have arthritis in these joints that they push too hard, and they're going to have they're going to be living in a lot of pain. And that's one thing you don't see on the show. Yeah, you see it, they lose a lot of weight, and it's good to lose weight. I encourage everybody. I'm trying to lose weight, but I got a medical condition that makes it very difficult, but I am losing some. I mean, if you look at videos from a year or two ago, you'll notice I have lost some weight, but it's very difficult, and it's especially difficult when you have to eat the crap that they give the poor, and I'm poor, in the grocery store. I've mentioned this before, they artificially raise the price of healthy food, even though it's usually unprocessed food is a lot cheaper to produce. But they artificially crank the price of it way up, and they artificially lower the price of poison. You notice everything's gone up except beer, cheap beer. And the cheap beer, I'm convinced they put other toxins in it, just like cigarettes. And they put stuff and make it more addictive and toxic. And then they drive up the price way down so that the poor can afford it. And it's better to get into exercise gradually. You go in there and maybe start with 5 pounds, then next week 10, then 15. These professional bodybuilders that bench press 500 pounds, they didn't start out bench pressing 500 pounds, okay? They're going to end up killing somebody. Let me explain something about the drill sergeant mentality, okay? The whole thing with the drill sergeant is mind control, okay? What they're trying to do, they get in your face, and they're putting a lot of stress on you. They're trying to break your will, break your spirit. They want you to become a robot who will take orders, and they have you doing all kinds of crap, like brushing the floor with a toothbrush and all kinds of stuff. They make you do all kinds of stupid things, painful things, difficult things, under a lot of stress, and they condition you that you do whatever you're told, whether you like it or not. That's the purpose of a drill sergeant. And now they're taking this outside of the military now. You got trainers and physical therapists that are acting like drill sergeants. That is not the way to do it. Another thing I was going to say about The Biggest Loser. It's another one of these reality shows, as they call them. They got to pit everybody against each other and have everybody fighting and hating each other, And, which is the opposite of the way. It would be much more effective if they had everybody working together and helping each other out. Civilization would never existed if it was the law of the jungle, every man for himself, every woman for herself. Okay? We couldn't have created all the marvels we have in civilization with everybody fighting against each other. It's because people working together is how you create things, okay? And they love to do that in these shows. They even pit husbands and wives and family and friends against each other. It's terrible. But I just want to let you know, it is very dangerous going to the quackers, the allopaths of the mainstream medicine. Unless it's an absolute emergency, or unless you've tried alternative things and nothing else helps. But I wouldn't give up on alternative practices. If one thing about alternative practices is it's usually not a quick fix, and people are impatient. They want to be cured immediately. Most alternative methods are a gradual increase in health. And it's not just the one symptom, one problem you have, everything starts getting better. But it usually takes months or years to recover, and people expect instant results. And the allopaths usually claim instant results, or at least quick results. But what they don't tell you is in the long run, you're actually going to get more unhealthy. They had me on 8, 9 drugs, okay, at one point. And I was getting sicker and sicker, and I said, to hell with this crap. But, I weaned myself off all the drugs, and I feel much better now, and I've gotten healthier since I got off these drugs. And, I don't have any insurance or anything because if you get, of course my income, I couldn't afford insurance, but I could get on something like Medica or something. But then if you get on that, they make you go to the doctor and get checkups and all this, and I don't want to go to the damn doctor and get checkups. I'll take care of my own health, okay? My own way. And so far, it's working good. Will I die someday? Well, you're going to die no matter what you do, whether you go to them or alternative, okay? But I think my odds are a lot better taking care of myself, and I encourage everybody else to do the same. Stay away from these quackers if at all possible.